That's my food for the next 24 hours. I'm sure some of you can guess exactly why.
May I get some?
Blood from your son. That's okay.
So guys, we're at 45k, right?
Yeah.
How long has it taken?
I'll go for a latte. Small latte.
2 hours? 2 hours, 20 minutes or something?
2 hours and 20 minutes, 45k. It's morning now. I'm not sure what the time is, but it's probably getting to 6 a.m. In fact, let me check on my device. 5:17, and here are the boys, Stu and Tim, just getting to 100 kilometers. It's beautiful seeing the sunrise. It's hard to describe to someone who hasn't done it before just how pleasant it is to ride through the night. It's really beautiful and peaceful. We were only passed by 4 motor vehicles, I think, in the main part of the night. Hardly any motor vehicles when you're out in the countryside. Tim and Stu have now gone ahead because I just don't have the engine. I've only been riding once a week. Distance is less than 20 miles. And most of my training was just squats in my body street, muscle stimulation, personal training sessions, or just at home. And, you know, that gives you endurance in your legs, but not in your lungs. I don't have a cardio engine, so it's getting very hilly now. As you can see, I'm just cruising down a big hill. It's taken ages to climb up. So Stu and Tim keep pulling ahead because they're in full fitness, or at least not full fitness, but high fitness. This is what I use for the navigation. It's a Garmin e-Trex GPS device. We have covered 64 miles, and the next checkpoint is at 119k, which is 75 miles. So I've got 11 miles left to the checkpoint. All the villages we've passed through are beautiful. Farms, mansions, just nice places. This has been very peaceful for me, very relaxing. So many good ideas have already passed through my mind about what I'm gonna do in the coming month of May. That's why I like riding. Your brain is just freed. It's amazing. And also I can just eat what I want today. What I want. Drink as many coffees and cappuccinos as I like. It's just a day of debauchery. So we're 100k in, only 1/3. Still another 200 kilometers to go. Then there's a lovely railway bridge, probably hundreds of years old. We are entering Rutland. Okay, I've reached the 75-mile checkpoint. Not even halfway, but we're starting to make progress now. Time is 6:44 and I'm checking in. There's a McDonald's on the other side. I think Stu and Tim are in there, so I'll go in there and have breakfast, and hopefully that will fire me up for the day. It's just morning, just getting started, but the hills were brutal. But I think a full stomach and my legs will rejuvenate. Thankfully my legs are recovering. The McDonald's meal and the cappuccino probably brought me back to life. It's very nice out here. It's been very nice all through. We had a half moon all night, and it partly lit the countryside so you could see at night. But now we're riding through the day. Exactly 82 miles covered in 8 hours and 7 minutes. 91 miles covered now. Deep in the hills. Beautiful. But the legs have to work. Took an 8:54 for 90.6. My average moving speed is 11.2 miles an hour. My average speed overall, 10.2 miles an hour. Let's do this. 20 hours is the time limit. Almost 5 miles from halfway now. You have to see this. I've been seeing this quite a lot around here. I've never seen it before, but it's obviously a thing in this part of the world. Guys wearing suits on bicycles, herding dogs. Hi guys.
Are you alright?
Yeah. You're the second herd of dogs I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hi doggies. Oh, you're doing a poo or something. Okay guys, see, I'm not lying. Seeing loads of these. This one wasn't even as big, this herd, as the last one. Halfway now. That's 9 hours 20 minutes for 96 miles. Heading back. We had to cross that busy road over there. There's a couple of gates, and then we continue down this path. I've covered 100 miles in 10:01. 10 hours and 1 minute for 100 miles. So I wasted a bit too much time at the halfway point because I sent people messages and wrote social media text. So now I'm just gonna stay on the bike, no stops, taking this beautiful scenery. My legs seem to be recovering. I did buy this. Coke is only for long distance events. That's definitely helping revive me. Now guys, there's a castle on the mountain up there. You won't see it in this video, but it's a proper castle. This ride had better go past the castle. That's the castle up there. I can't zoom in, but I will try. Trying to zoom in, but it's being hidden by trees. Hopefully the ride will go past there. Okay, I think I've just managed to get it. That's the castle there. I don't think we're going past it, and to be honest, I'm happy we're not, because it's on the top of a massive hill. I'm already up quite a massive hill myself, and still more to go. I'm pressed for time, and I missed a turn, so I'm off course. I have to turn back, head all the way back to the map, and continue. What a bummer. Now the pressure's really on. I added on about 2 miles, I think. That's about an extra 10 minutes out of my buffer. That wasn't very big already. So now I've ridden 113 miles in 11:25. Got to be done by 20 hours. The original distance should have been about 192 maybe. Now it's going to be maybe 195. So I got to get to 195 in under 20 hours. Rutland water. This is the 196 kilometer checkpoint. Pedestrians have made this bit very slow, but it's very scenic. I stopped for a toilet break, my bike face planted, and my bottles have got mud on them. Time ain't on our side. The hills are really slowing me down and I'm quite pissed off. I feel okay, but I just have no speed. Then I'm not happy. Seriously not a fan of all this off-road. When you're up against time limits, riding in this kind of terrain is just wasting time. There's so many hills and there's so much rubbish road. Oh, goodness me. Anyway, let's just keep an optimistic outlook and focus on not stopping. If I don't stop, I've got a chance of cracking this thing. 20 hours, here we come. So we have a couple of miles of this. This goes on and on and on. I mean, the scenery is beautiful if you've got the time, but this is not good for the bike. It's not fun when you're riding 300k. You don't need this kind of terrain. I mean, I guess guys with big wheels don't mind, but this is just puncture galore. It's you know, it batters the bike and you're so slow. Is that a road? I hope it's a road. It is a road. It is a road. We're back in action. Okay guys, we're going for this. It's easy to start giving up when things are hard like this, but I am going to commit myself to beating the time limit. I don't want to get caught up in mathematics and calculations. Just beat the darned time limit. It's possible. Most of the people here are gonna do it. Why can't I? Let's do this. Started pushing hard and then started to develop a leg cramp. That cannot be allowed to happen, so discipline must reign. Don't push, just don't stop. I hit 150 miles in 15 hours and 15 minutes. But we know it's not a real 150 because I probably went astray for 2 miles. So, but that's 150 miles of riding, just so you know my pace. My moving pace is 9.8 miles an hour, quite slow. And the time is 3:10. So I've got till 7:45, I think. Just about doable if I don't stop. But at some point I'm gonna need water, and that can waste time. I got lucky and I struck gold. Clean, full bottles. I saw a couple who had just moved into one of these mansions here 2 days ago, and they were with their parents trying to sort out the garden and get stuff in, and they were quite happy to get me some water, so I don't have to go into any shops. The pit stop was all of 2 minutes, and now I can roll all the way back to Baldock without stopping, just eating my biscuits and keeping on going and not having to be as cautious with the water now that I've only got less than 30 miles to go. Let's do this. I have until 7:49 to get back. Right now it's 4:41, so I've got 3 hours and 10 minutes to cover about 30 miles. It's gonna be close, really close. Now that I've started drinking more, the pain in my left wrist and left ankle have gone away. It was probably just dehydration. I've eaten so much sugar on this ride, probably developed diabetes. but it's not making a difference anymore. I don't get any power even when I shovel a couple of biscuits into my mouth. On 170, and the time is 4:58. 170 miles, probably 25 miles to go, and it's nearly 5 p.m. So I've got 2 hours 49 minutes. Reached the penultimate checkpoint, a place called Ireland. So now we've got 15 kilometers left and 1 hour 10 minutes to do 15 kilometers. That sounds doable. It sounds like I'm going to make it. But we don't count our chickens until they've hatched. So let's just get there now. Stopping myself with biscuits. I hang the bag on there and eat from it. Then I put it back in here. I'm just gonna enjoy this last part of the ride, knowing that I'm gonna make it. Trying to cross under a dual carriageway, get to the other side. I'm at 190 miles in 19 hours and 25 minutes. Just heading to the end now. The wind is really holding me back, and that's been the case throughout for the whole second half. The wind's been blowing in my face. Now, it's not been a strong wind, but 15 kilometer per hour wind, 450 kilometers gets boring in the end. Good morning. I've survived. First thing I'm doing is I've got to drink this 2-liter container of water. I woke up 2 kilograms less than I normally weigh, so I'm 2 kilograms less. I'm surprised by that, to be honest, and I think that's just all dehydration. So I'm having water and electrolyte tablets, and that's going to get me back on track. Otherwise, yesterday when I walked into the house, I was basically hobbling. Every muscle was sore on my body. Everything was sore, especially my left Achilles tendon, but all the muscles had seized up. But I slept very well, and when I woke up this morning, my mouth was dry, like I was dying in the desert, completely dry. My wife gave me a half-liter bottle of water, but it did nothing. And when I went to the toilet, my urine was dark orange. I've never seen it that dark, so there's no water in my body, so I've got to rehydrate. I was thinking of fasting through the day just to purify myself, but I think I probably need nutrition, so I think I'm going to have a full English breakfast. My wife had made a full English, so I think I'm going to have that today. No fasting today. I'll start fasting tomorrow, fast to cleanse myself, but today I think I should just bring the nutrition back. Otherwise, I'm glad I did what I did. I don't recommend doing big events without training. The body's just not ready for them. So I don't think I'll be hopefully doing that again. I'll train a little bit more before I do something, and I like to do one big event a year. I think this is my big one for the year, so I'm just going to focus on other things now, other types of fitness. And by the way, my body's back to normal. Nothing is sore. Just a slight bit of stiffness in my lower back when I bend down to pick things up at the moment, but I think that's just loosening up in the morning. But otherwise, nothing sore. I don't even have sore muscles. I don't even have delayed onset muscle soreness yet. So let's see how this goes. I'm not doing any exercise until Thursday. Thursday, I'll resume my normal exercise routine again. But for now, it's just going to be a week of relaxation, hydration, fasting, and just cleansing my body. These are the final stats on my Garmin device after the ride. So this 194 miles of total distance, includes the 1 mile from the end of the event to the car park where I'd left the car. As you can see, it's still counting up, so it took me about 20 hours to get to the car, but when I switched this on, it started counting again. My average moving speed was 10.5 miles an hour. My overall average speed, including all the stops, was 9.6 miles per hour. That's actually just dropped. Those numbers are just dropping now as I'm watching. Actually, it was 10.6 miles an hour moving speed and 9.7 overall speed. And the total time elapsed was 20 hours. But now that I've left this on, it's still counting away. Total distance is 194. That includes 1 mile from the end of the event.